Are you going to maximize with this method? Yes. That is a guarantee that no other method can do this. Because this is the only natural progression that you lay on top of yourself. I mean, do you want to be somebody else? Why do people get called out as PUAs, pickup artists? Well, because they go and say, hey, so who lies more, men or women? Well, the fact of the matter is, it's in their heads because it's out there in the world now. They know. And you know what? You might be saying, well, you know, I mean, if you have just a good frame and stuff, whatever, but you know what? If it's implanted in their heads, it's implanted. And that's something you have to dig yourself out of. Well, what if you just don't make that come up in their head at all? That's what this does. I have never, ever been called a pickup artist. Why? Because it's a natural social progression. Think about every social encounter you've had with people. You've had all these elements. It's just probably just taken a little longer. You know, this is rapid intimacy. It all stems from within. That is the main point of what I'm going to be talking to you guys about today. It's not just about learning tricks, tips, and methods and gambits. It's not just a game, it's a way of life. It's not just a lifestyle, it's how you live in every aspect of your being. So I look at her, she looks at me, eyes go down, which means it's an invitation to approach. But there's all these people in the midst between us. She's on the other end of the bar. Well, pick up the beer glasses. Clink, 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 clink them. They're empty. And she'll be like, what? Pick up your beer glasses. Then she'll be like, okay. So she picks them up, and then you go, can you hear me? So you play this little phone game. It's very flirtatious, very fun. It's like a role-playing type of thing. And then you can go anywhere you want with it. Be like, I don't think we have a good connection. You know, be able to mouth this off, you know? And then finally be like, okay, hold on, I have call waiting. See, that's why I gave you guys all the contact ladder. That's a very good question. And I'll segue right into it. See, I think he's already taken the seminar subliminally. He's like snuck in while we were teaching. There's a natural progression of touch with every interaction. And if you go and jump from the first rung to the sixth rung, it's going to be pretty awkward and uncomfortable. And she's going to say, oh, hey, I don't know you well enough. You know, putting your arm around a girl's waist on this side is different than putting your hand on her shoulder. First rule is the initial approach. That is very basic, but it's how you go up to somebody, the body language that you use. We like to do a lot of situational type of openers. We don't like to use canned, although you can use canned openers, but opinion stuff is on its way out. So what's like a natural way to approach somebody? Well, I'll give you an example. I was at a club with Brendan over there, and there was two girls dancing. So I went up to them, and I was about to start a conversation. All of a sudden, the air conditioning just started hitting me. It was really freaking cold. And my hair just like blew all over the place. And I turned to these girls, and I'm like, oh my God, you girls are going to catch pneumonia. You know? And they put their hands on my chest like, oh, are you trying to take care of us? I'm like, listen, I'll always take care of you. You know, so again, that was the opening. That was the initial approach. And from there, I could have gone to other things and gone into the next phase, which is fever. Fever is fast and extreme value escalation and response. What's going to happen during fever is you're going to do things and present your inner self in such a manner that you're going to inevitably be attractive. So you take your whole identity, which we have figured out all together, what it is in the beginning of the seminar. So now you know what you need to be presenting to people. Then what? During fever, that's when you present it. So, fever. Once you have all these compliances, then you move into actually a situational analysis type of mode, because it's called situational analysis. What you're doing is you're seeing the logistics, whether or not it's possible for this evening or for the future. You're also evaluating her poise, and which is a possibility of imminent sexual encounter, whether or not she's actually into you. You're also going to pre-embody the ideal. What that is you're going to ask certain things and figure out certain ways for her to relate to you what she's looking for in a guy. Now, you're not just going to go out and say, hey, so what do you look for in a guy? Because she'll say, I want a nice guy who will treat me right and buy me things and, you know, and not too money hungry, but like, just a nice guy. Well, that's not what they want. In Rule 4, what do? You embody the ideal. And we'll teach you how to do that as well. So you actually become that uber person. So what have you done so far? You've approached somebody. You have made them aware that you are an attractive person. So you're like, wow, this could be a good friend. This is what most of you guys do. You get into the friend zone. And you're like, how did I get into the freaking friend zone? I built attraction. This is why. That's all you've done. Why does she want to be with you? She doesn't. She wants to be your friend. You embody the ideal. You become her ideal mate. The guy she's always wanted to be with. Are you lying to her about something? No. Because every one of you guys here have every quality that is necessary that she has been yearning for. How many people get flakes? Everyone put your hand up. I know. This is why. Here is where you're ending up. This is why they're not calling back. This is why they're not picking up, not responding to your texts. Once you embody the ideal, she has a reason to respond to your text. She doesn't want to miss an opportunity that maybe you aren't the man. Escalating intimacy, this is pretty much sealing it. If you can wait until here to ask to get a number, and yes, I do mean getting a makeout in a bar within 30 minutes, an hour, hour and a half. You can do it. You just have to stimulate all her senses. We teach you how. This is called foreshadowing regret. These elements here and this one are the things that get you a 2-hour close with a real connection. It's not a one-night stand, guys. These are girls who really like you.